much to what people were saying, the social media noise, and it really made me feel very worthless. So I was feeling like जो भी आ रहा है बस बहुत बड़ी बात है कर लो. रिजल्ट से कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं मिलता मुझे. आई थिंक एक्सपीरियंस करने से, प्रोसेस से, सीख मिलने से मुझे कॉन्फिडेंस मिलता है कि ओके रबिश भी कर लो, there'll be enough noise to make you feel like you have killed it in life.
My mother told me that there's so much of your mother in you because she had those nuances, you know. There were scenes where she would just go, there was a switch in her which would like change. Did you get that after the movie a lot?
I think a lot of people told me that about her. She was switch on and switch off.
Yeah,
Mathu sir said this to me, and even Raj has said this to me a couple of times. For me, if I've spent enough time with the character, I can be napping 1 second and then the next I can start crying. I mean, touch wood, I feel like that comes relatively easy for me.
Sir is also here.
I saw Kantara. Actually, I saw Kantara after I did the round table. I was sitting next to this man. I can't believe I was sitting next to him and acting like he was what that man has done in the climax. Like, I don't even know. So I was blown away. And I wish I'd seen the film before that round table. I think I would have.
So when I meet her every time, I try to remind her of the goodness in her. And now this year has been a testament to the fact that she has stood the test of time and become and emerged as a true trailblazer. With performances in Good Luck Jerry and Mili, it's a no-brainer that I had to get her for this show. Janhvi Kapoor joins me for a conversation only on Bollywood Bubble. Hello. Thank you for doing this.
Thank you for having me and for that lovely introduction.
Always love for you, you know that. But I want to ask you, this is my question. Now, do you believe that there is a lot of love for you with the amount of love that has been poured in, that has been coming in because of the performances through the year? Has it sunk in?
I mean, I definitely think people are warming up to me more, but abhi kya karu na, in these media headlines and these stupid trollers on social media don't let you believe only anything good about yourself. But I definitely feel more acceptance. I think that much I can say for sure, which I'm very happy about.
You know, when you did Gunjan Saxena, it released in the lockdown. So things were also a little down
and
for
it released in a very volatile social environment.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So of course there were a lot of that niceness and the goodness and the love got dissolved, you know, because of everything that was happening. With Good Luck Jerry and Mili coming in the same year, somehow people have actually noticed also the acting that you're doing on screen. Do you feel that people who had once questioned you have suddenly warmed up to you then?
I don't know.
But you've read reviews and all?
Yeah, the reviews are great. And they've all been very sweet. But I don't know. I think I expect a lot more from myself. I would want and would hope that the audiences also expect a lot more from me. And I know I'm capable of also a lot more. So the thing is that I shot these films almost a year ago. And I knew that for that time I pushed myself as much as I could and I was happy with it. But I think I've grown since then also and I want to do much more. So I'm glad that they had a positive reaction to it. I'm glad that at least abhi agar kuch kaam karungi, they'll not want to judge me or hate me right off the bat. I think at least they'll give me a chance to, you know, with an open mind, and I think that much I'm thankful for. I think that much at least Good Luck Jerry and Mili have done for me.
Does it give you more confidence in a way to try out new things? You know, these were not the typical commercial movies, yet it was loved, you know. These are not the typical...
I don't know, Nail. I'm not so result oriented. So I think if I got my confidence, it was because I'll get my confidence more from if there's a really emotionally complex scene or a physically taxing scene. And on the day of the shoot, I've done it and my director's happy with it and it felt right, then I'll be a little more confident to attempt something like that. If a director like Nitesh Tiwari has seen your take and been like, superb. Then I get like my confidence from that, or Zoya, or like even Sharan, or any of these directors for that matter. रिजल्ट से कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं मिलता मुझे. आई थिंक एक्सपीरियंस करने से, प्रोसेस से, सीख मिलने से मुझे कॉन्फिडेंस मिलता है कि ओके, आई हैव डन अ रोल लाइक जेरी, मिली, गुंजन, सो there's a lot more experience that I come with, and that gives me confidence, because I think in this day and age you can't value yourself based on the result, because
that's true.
Because I mean, and this might bite me in the ass to say this, but I think there's so much machinery behind everything to make, even agar aap rubbish bhi kar lo, there'll be enough noise to make you feel like you have killed it in life. And you can kill it in life, and there'll be enough noise to make you feel like you suck. So I like not to gauge my whatever. I try not to value myself based on results so much.
When I watched a movie like Mili, like you said, which is great that it's you are not driven by results. People who have loved the movie, people who watched the movie have really, really loved you. And I'll tell you one thing that my mother said after watching Good Luck Jerry. She also watched it at the screening, the second screening that happened. So she watched it alone. She came back and I asked her that, how did you like the movie? There was one scene where you're like, you go like that and you're happy, and suddenly you go sad, and then you get angry at your mother, when the photograph thing is being spoken about and everything.
Yeah.
My mother told me that there's so much of your mother in you, because she had those nuances, There were scenes where she would just go, there was a switch in her which would like change. Did you get that after the movie a lot?
Yeah, but I think that's also because I am her daughter. I have her DNA in me. I've grown up with her around, so unintentionally, intentionally, a lot of my mannerisms are like her. I say things like her, so I think it's inevitable that audiences are reminded of that sometimes. I think inevitably there'll be a lot of familiarity, because I do, I guess, have her mannerisms, and we have the same DNA. But yeah, so one thing that I have, I guess, noticed and realized is, I think a lot of people told me that about her, she was switch on and switch off.
Yeah.
I think I was told about her that she was quite switch on and switch off, and I think I saw that during English also. And I realized, I think, Matu sir said this to me, and even Raj has said this to me a couple of times, that before really emotionally heavy scenes, most actors like to go into their zone and like work themselves up to it. But I think for me, if I've spent enough time with the character, I can be napping 1 second, and then the next I can start crying. I mean, touch wood, I feel like that comes relatively easy for me.
But has it changed or altered the way you look at films in any way? The kind of response that it has given you, or maybe choosing your next few projects?
Yeah, I think it's forced me to respect myself for what I have to offer. I think पहले ऐसे था कि सब लोग इतना बोलते रहते थे कि, I mean, बोलते नहीं रहते थे, but I used to pay heed too much to what people were saying, the social media noise, and it really made me feel very worthless. So I was feeling like जो भी आ रहा है बस बहुत बड़ी बात है, कर लो. But now I think I'm a little more reassured about, okay, this is the kind of work that I think I'm capable of doing. This is what I deserve, and this is what I think the people deserve also. Like, I don't think the audience deserves bullshit from me. So I need to live up to that.
But when we call you a trailblazer, this has been a year of trailblazers. A lot of the performances have been nice. You've actually shared an entire couch also with everybody else who have been called like performers of the year, and I loved that interview. Like, kudos to Anupama ma'am also for pulling that off, because she's outstanding as well. So I want to know that if you had to rank 3 performances of the year, not rank, just your favorite. Yeah.
I think Alia and Gangubai. I think Vijay in Darlings. And I think Rishab sir in Kantara. I saw Kantara after I did the round table. And after seeing it, I was like, what? I was sitting next to this man. I can't believe I was sitting next to him and acting like, he was, what that man has done in the climax, like I don't even know. So I was blown away, and I wish I'd seen the film before that roundtable. I think I would have really misbehaved. I would have only been howling and talking about him and fangirling, and I think I would have been very yeah.
You also have two more films coming up right after, right? Which you have signed and which are announced, which is now basically Bawaal is there, and then there's Mr. and Mrs. Mahi. Again, two very different films. Sharing screen space with Rajkumar again, and you're with Varun for the first time. We love Varun, and I would love to have that conversation with both of you together. That would be a lovely one. But what is that film about?
Bawaal? It's about many things, but I think at the heart of it, it's, you know, it's so funny. Every time I think about Bawaal also, there's this smile on my face because there's such a pure feeling of joy when it comes to that film, because making it was such a dream, and I think all of us operated from such a pure and honest place. And I don't know, like I kept thinking, like, how do I describe it? Like, we were waking up every day, we had each other's backs. All we were thinking about was telling the story that we care so much about and experiencing new things and doing our best. And then I was like, that's what filmmaking is about. So I really think that was filmmaking at its purest, and I hope people like it.
But what is the film about?
Oh, sorry, I went on a rant. It's about, I think a lot of people get caught up in, especially in today's day and age, वो माहौल बनाने में, perception create करने में. But then at the end of being lost in all of that noise, are you happy with yourself? Is what the film is about.
You know, when we talk about perceptions, you have been one person who successfully broken the perception, you know, that people had towards you. Does that give you a sense of validation, at least innately, not from what people are saying? I'm saying in. Sir is also here. Sir, आपको भी मेरा interview करना चाहिए. कब से I'm waiting 2 years. हाँ.
Now you do a solo interview with him. मेरा होगा.
करो next week करेगा.
I don't think it was ever a conscious choice. I think for me it was all about keep your head down and keep working, keep doing what you believe in, and keep giving it your best. And perception change होना है नहीं होना है वो बात की बात है. आप अपना काम ईमानदारी से कर रहे हो, कहीं ना कहीं कोई ना कोई तो देख ही लेगा ना. And maybe because of all of the noise and clutter, it might take some people to get around to it a little more, but I have faith and belief in what I'm doing. So
finally, if there are two directors that you would give your right arm to work with, and two actors, can be male, female, anybody who you would love to work with.
Karan and Sanjay sir, and also Neeraj Khewal.
Okay.
And two actors, Jr NTR Garu and Ranveer.
I think I had heard that you are doing a film with Ranveer, if I'm not wrong.
With
and
Ranveer?
Ranveer. And I hope that happens.
From who did you hear? Yeah, I want to hear these things.
Yeah. No, I think they're planning something or something. I don't know. I heard something. I'll tell you after this. Incidentally, what I've heard, it's a remake also. And the film is headlined by another member of your family. The original. Never mind. We will get to that. But thank you, Janhvi, for always being this nice, cordial, and more importantly, delivering with your performances. When people look at you, they might see you as an artist, but of course, I see you as a very, very nice human being as well. So I've got a little something for you, and now that we are sitting in your new house, so of course, it makes even more sense.
Oh, housewarming gift.
Because yes, so can we have the gift? So because I also really like you a lot, so I've got something, and this is really sitting in your new house, so this only makes sense. So here you go. It's a
oh, it's me.
Yeah, it's you.
Oh, it's very cute.
It's by Prasad Bhatt. He's a friend of mine, and he had sent
so
me this,
cool.
and I thought that I should actually give it to you.
It's so cool. I'm gonna hang this in my dressing room. Thank you so much.
You like it?
Yes.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for doing
so
this.
much. Thank you. Hi guys, this is Janhvi Kapoor and you're watching me on Bollywood Bubble.